Hi there, I'm Clint, and in this video, I'm going to go to this URL. I'm going to grab the one-line script that lets you set up your entire Ziti development environment, and I'm going to do it all with you live in 5 minutes or less. Let's go ahead and do it. So there's that script. You can see I've already run it before, and if that's the case, you'll get this prompt. Go ahead and say yes to have a nice clean environment and run express install. Express install will go and grab the Ziti bits from GitHub, put it into a path for you, and then we'll make a whole entire PKI. The PKI is really important because Ziti all about secure overlay networking, link-to-link encryption, identities, servers, lots of PKI needed. It's all created for you. Start up that controller. It'll create and register a router with a public attribute so any of your edge endpoints can connect, and it'll shut everything down for you so it's ready for you to actually use. There we go. Congratulations. Express setup is complete. Let's go ahead and export path equals $path colon that. And now Ziti's on my path. Great. Let's go ahead and start the Ziti controller. Let's go ahead and start my edge router. Now I have my entire environment up and running, ready for me to do something. It was that easy. So in this example, I'm going to curl to eth0.me. You can see that will just return my IP address. So we're gonna expose the eth0.me service using Ziti. Let's go ahead and set up some environment variables. The name of the service, the port we're going to use, port 80, a couple of identities. Let's go ahead and make those identities. Once they're made, we then need to do a Ziti edge enroll for both of those identities. Let's do the same thing for the server identity. Ziti edge enroll server identity. Great. So now we're ready to go. We have two identities. I'm going to show you how you can delete all this stuff. If you need it, probably won't, but if you need to, there you go. Now we're going to go ahead and create a config. This is the host config on the quote unquote server side. This is where our traffic will offload. It'll go to eth0.me on that port, which of course is port 80. Here we'll make the client side config. This will have our intercept involved, where we'll dial this particular, that would be our intercept. We're not going to use intercepts, but that would be what it would be, eth0.ziti. I'm going to make a service that ties those two configs together. I am now going to create a service policy that lets services bind to the service, meaning host that service. And I'm going to make a dial policy. And that's everything. Now we should be able to start up our host. So we're going to use Ziti tunnel provided by that download in host mode and provided the server identity. You can see that it's adding this service and it's now hosting the newly available service eth0.me. Great. So our server side is ready. Now let's run our client side. Now everything's local, obviously, so server client we'll take with a grain of salt. But now we're running Ziti tunnel in proxy mode. We're giving it the client identity and saying, hey, host that service on port 4000. So now if I were to do a curl to http://localhost 4000, fantastic. We get our IP address. If I shut this down and try to run that curl again, you can see connection refused, as you would expect. Put it back in place, try that curl again, success. Shut down the quote unquote far side, run that curl, failure, run it again, run that curl, success. Fantastic. I don't even know how long this video took, maybe 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, but that's the whole thing. So we have created an entire Ziti environment. We have created two identities. We have used those two identities all in the space of under 5 minutes. And that's the video. We'll see you next time.